So right now we're in Midville, Utah. This is actually a development that I did. I built 6 of these units. I ended up selling 2 of them. I had to keep 4 of them because the market is kind of weird. Interest rates are high. And so as an investor and as a real estate entrepreneur, I have to figure out unique exit strategies. And so in this case, I had to just rent some of these units. So I rented some of these units. I have 2 of the 4 rented. I sold 2. Keep in mind, this is a 6-unit development. I sold 2, I rented 2. I have 2 units still that I am trying to figure out what I'm gonna do with. I think I'm gonna get an offer on this unit. I've been going back and forth with this agent. We kind of have been negotiating, and so I'm fairly certain that I'm gonna get an offer on this unit, which will leave me hopefully with 3. And then I have to figure out what I'm gonna do with that next unit, whether continue to try to market it to sell it, or if I'm just going to rent it out. The rental market here is actually pretty strong. So I've been able to rent these units out for $4,000 or more, which is a really, really good rental rate. Once interest rates come down, these will be really, really good investments. But because interest rates are so high right now, it makes it challenging to pencil. And what I mean by pencil means it's not a cash flowing property. It's really hard to find cash flowing properties in Utah right now. So in this case, rental values are high, but interest rates are high. So you're not really making any money. You're sort of just treading water. In this case, I say you're stopping the bleeding. And so I got high enough rental rates that they're essentially covering most of the debt. And my plan will be just to weather the storm, wait for interest rates to come down. I personally believe that once rates come down, the market's gonna catch on fire again, and these will be worth more than I'm even selling them for right now. So I might be bullish, but I'm not gonna get caught up in a poor market that's only temporary, and that's my plan. So this is the project I wanted to kind of show you guys. Not everything ends up like rainbows and butterflies, and not every project you end up killing it on. So sometimes you just have to figure out unique ways to get out of a project or hold on to a project in this case, because for me, I'm not gonna take a haircut. I'm too strong of a believer in this market, and I think this market is gonna be way too hot for me to take a haircut now. So it's either rent it and I'll wait, or wait till I list and I'll sell it for more. So let's go check it out outside. What's unique about Utah that you don't get in a lot of places is snow. So one of the things that we have to deal with in Utah is the weather. And some people like that, some people don't. But today, I brought my trusty snow shovel because what'll happen is the snow gets on these sidewalks and the city will penalize you for not keeping them up. And so what's kind of unique here is, in Utah at least, is you got to deal with snow. So this isn't something I traditionally do, but because I'm here, I'll do it. I have snow removal guys that'll come through and take some of this stuff off, but you got to be careful. You can have somebody slip on the sidewalk and you'll be liable. It's kind of a unique thing we have to deal with here. I'm going to shovel this out real quick. It might get kind of loud, but you get to see what a day in the life of living in Salt Lake City is. See how nice everyone is? I let it sit for too long, but when the sun's out on a day like today, it'll actually melt it. It's melted most of it. When it's really cold, it's harder. And actually, it's surprisingly nice out today, considering. You'd be surprised how many people are out in this weather, exercising. I prefer the gym, but this is how I get some of my workout in. I'm not gonna lie, it's a good workout. You gotta be somewhat in shape to manage your own properties. See, as you can see, it makes it a lot better. People can walk. City's not gonna have a problem now. Honestly, the bigger risk, in my opinion, is a kid or an elderly person slipping, and then you're technically responsible for them slipping on your property. Never had it happen. Knock on wood. Yeah, it's in front of your house and you didn't maintain it, so it's your responsibility. So, you know, it gets into a litigious issue, but something I don't want to fuck with. So I'll just take care of it. Make sure I did my best to mitigate that issue. See, in real estate, in any game, it's about being proactive. And if you're not proactive, you're just gonna be reactionary to issues. And so for me, I'd rather get ahead of them, make sure I'm tackling problems before they become problems. And so that's what I try to teach people in business too. It's like, just be fucking proactive. If you're proactive, you're not gonna have reactionary bullshit happen as often. Let's go do the one back here. So back to what I was talking about earlier, I built this property. This was 6 units. The market sort of shifted on me in the middle of the project. And so the exit strategy changed. I ended up selling those 2 units. I couldn't sell these units as easily. So I rented those 2 units. Those 2 are now rented for about $4,000 a month each. And then I have these 2 units left. My plan is to either sell them or rent them. I have some renters that are very interested. I just prefer to sell them if I can. So I have an offer in hand that we're negotiating right now. So we'll see what happens with that one. But worst case, I'll rent it as well. And I'll wait for the market to rebound, which I'm confident that it will. And at that point, I'll remarket them because honestly, this is probably one of the fucking coolest places in the valley, in my opinion. So welcome to Lennon Lane, baby. It's also gonna snow more. So if you don't stay on top of it, it just adds on top of it. And we're supposed to get like a week of snow. So just stay on top of it. In this case, I set up this HOA where it actually maintains the road. So a company comes in and removes the snow from the road. But if you want them to get out and do the driveways and the walkways, it's an hourly rate and it can get pretty expensive. So in an effort to keep the HOA cost down, I had to just do the main road, and the owners are responsible for maintaining the driveways and walkways. I'm the owner. Yes, I'm the owner of this property, so it's my responsibility. But also I think it's really important that if people are coming to look at the house, which this is on the market, that you want to give them a walkway to walk in. As a real estate broker, I hate trekking through snow and then having to go into somebody's house. It's like, it's terrible. So don't be lazy. Make sure people can get into your properties. It's not that big a deal. Feel better about that. Nice clean entrance. Everything's cleaned up. I'm not the only scumbag in the complex that hasn't shoveled my shit. That's just one of the things you got to deal with. And as a real estate broker, I got to do that for clients sometimes too, if they have vacant houses or they're not around. Also, something that's really important to talk about too is when these houses are vacant like this in the winter, it gets super cold. And so you can have potential pipe leaks or pipe breaks. So I always keep the thermostats set at a certain temperature. And I do like to go into them and check them out occasionally just to make sure there's no water damage or water breaks, because that could be devastating to any property. So something to think about when you have vacant properties, when you're trying to list them or sell them on your own. In this case, I'm selling this property, nobody lives here. So it's my responsibility to make sure I'm checking up on it. And while I'm here dealing with snow, I'll check on that too. All right, so we just got back in. I went outside and I actually shoveled some snow. It's something that I, have to do sometimes on properties. That's just part of owning properties in real estate in Utah. We have to deal with the weather. Snow sometimes comes in. You got to make sure you're out there clearing it. It becomes a problem if you don't. And that's just one of the things you have to also deal with as a homeowner here when you're looking to buy property. So if you're looking to buy property, if you're looking to sell property, make sure you follow my page, make sure you hit the like and subscribe, hit the notification button below, hit that link below. I'll try to send you some information. If you're looking for specific information on properties here in the Valley, definitely hit me up, hit that link below. I appreciate the follow.